Welcome to another edition of the PlayStation Pacific Open Series Tier 1 Championship of Race Spec, and this is round 12 from Australia. Coming to you live on YouTube. Great to have your company wherever you're joining us from this evening. Or maybe this morning if you're on the other side of the globe. We're just waiting for the first car to come out of the pits. And looks like it will be, was it Rip the Beans? Check out that on the map there. Nope, I was well wrong. I think it's Tent Sandals. It's not, no, Banana Cake Pie. Where's the, here we go. Found one. Nice if it took us off the board. We're not getting much of a choice here. There we go. Banana Cake Pie, first man out on to the Albert Park circuit. Number 42 Alpha looking to set the first lap time in Angar. Race winner this season in Belgium. Can he add another to his tally here in Australia? 16 runners for today's event. We'll have 29 laps, half distance race set out for us. What should be an exciting affair. Generally find there's a bit of action on this game around the Albert Park circuit. Throws up a few dings, accidents, prangs, crashes, bangs, whatever you like to call them. There should be carnage. So here goes Banana Cake Pie on the first lap of the day, down to turn 1. Through the shadows cast by the evening sun, DRS opens up as he whizzes down to the sometimes deadly turn 3. It goes a little bit wide, gives the throttle a squirt to get off the curb. And just had to lift off the throttle there through 5. Now down to turn 9 and 10. Revised this year obviously for the real Formula 1 calendar. Turn 11 and 12. See, perhaps someone can help me. I'm not 100% sure with the new track layout for the F1 Grand Prix in Australia this year. What was formerly turn 11 and 12, will that be turn 11 and 12 still, or does that become 9 and 10? You look on the Australian Grand Prix website. They've got the turns all marked the same, even with the under the new layout. It's Banana Cake sensor 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Just trying to work out what's going on here quickly. I'll hold that thought with Prezzo, Rip the Beans, and Breadman Meekin all out of the session. Not sure if they had quali penalties or not. Either way, we'll stick with the Ferrari driver Grimmy. As I was saying, the Australian Grand Prix website has all the turn numbers listed still the same as the previous year, and then you go on the F1 website and they've got it updated. Maybe it's vice versa. Oh, okay, so I thought I'd have to be ludicrous to think that those guys crashed out. Gavin Arnold joining us in the comments as his man Grimmy goes to the top with a 121.6. Thank you, Gavin Arnold. Apparently those three have crashed out. Well, this is lunacy, as we see. Is that Miller there? Just, well, that's one way to get out of the way. Lucky Grimmy wasn't on a hot lap, but sliding backwards out of there, a la Bottas qualifying 2018. Only he keeps going. So Prezzo ripped the beans. I'm not sure. I thought I may have witnessed that on. I believe, was that on the far side of the track over up near somewhere turn 11 and 12. Jeez Louise, crashing out in qualifying, that'll do me. We'll stick with Miller here because he's having an exciting... Maybe he doesn't see it so exciting, but he seems to be wrestling the absolute legs off that Alpha Tauri at the moment. Okay, well, he's not even going for a lap, so he's going to, now that it's invalidated, he's going to whiz through and try and get to the pits and get on to his next lap. We'll find that Mercedes. There it is, PRL Saint. Not sure if this is a quick lap or not. He's running it down to turn 13. Well, it looks like he's given it a red-hot crack. Although not cracking enough. So into the pits he comes. Is anyone on a hot lap at the moment? What's Snickers butt up to? He will join them in the pits. Banana Cake. He's going to go again. Jeez, that was wide. Through 16. Oh, and that was just, yeah... bit keen in turn 1. Let's just call it a corner cut. That's what it was. Who's... It's not Keycon. Oh, it's Jeff on an outlap. Where's Keycon? Okay, he's also on an outlap. Deputy Dilldog's on an outlap. Look after all that. Mucking around. We'll go back to Jeff in the Alpine. He can take us around for, I guess, his first hot lap. Doesn't look like he got the first one in. He's going to try again. Down to turn 1. Too wide. No good. Try again, Jeff. That's unfortunate. Hasn't got one in yet. It is so crucial to nail that first corner. It can be the difference between being up there and being 3/10 adrift before you get to turn 3. Who's behind him? Is it? It's not. Oh, it is. It is Black, who is in the Aston. Buster on the outlap as well. Having trouble finding a hot lap here. What about Drow? He's on the outlap as well. Deputy Dilldog might be our man. Here he goes, the McLaren driver. 6th last week in the Saudi Arabian race. What's he got this time out? Let's just see if we can get it. Watch a lap that doesn't get invalidated. That'd be nice. Looking smooth, looking very smooth. Up to turn 6. Plenty of curb to be had there. Actually, so smooth, looks like he's purpled the first sector there, Deputy Dilldog. On the run down to turn 9 now, using all the track. That looked pretty good as well. At least from the vantage point we were provided. Flowing along Lakeside Drive now. Finds the apex in 11. Flicks it back to 12. Probably could have exited a tad faster. Just went in a little bit too hot. The second part of the corner. Now 13. Definitely left some on the table there. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. I don't think that's anything to worry about now as we stick with Deputy Dilldog. Yet to post a time. He's only got turn 16 to negotiate. Takes plenty of curb. Opens it up on exit to see himself go to the 4th row. 123 flat nearly. Grimmy still the man to beat. So Buster's come round for his hot lap now. And promptly invalidated that one. Drow must be just about... Nope. Invalidated as well. Well, it's welcome to Invalidation City. Population, these guys. I'm keen to put in a second lap. Well, some haven't put in a first one yet, in the case of Jeff and Miller. Not to mention Prezzo, Rip the Beans, and Breadman Meekin, who are not going to see the end of the session. Red Bull coming down to start finish straight. That's Karma. Currently third in the championship. And just to hook it up through turn one. He needs to find a good 1.5 seconds if he's to take pole position off the Ferrari of Grimmy. Turn 6, finds the apex nicely, lets it roll right out on exit, down to turn 9. It's looking pretty quick from the Red Bull driver. Seems to be hooking it up pretty nicely. Actually, nicely enough, he had a purple sector briefly there. I think Grimmy took it off him. If it was Grimmy, he's slowing down now and he's out of that lap, so can forget that one. Oh no, Grimmy's only on the out lap. Was it Banana Cake Pie? We'll see what Karma can produce here. Currently 123 at the moment. Goes up to second, 121.8. It was pretty close. Who was the Alpha driver? It was 10 Sandals, was it? Fifth to third, 121.9. So very similar to Karma. Not too unexpected, given they swapped purples there in Sector 2. Oh, that's good stuff from those two guys. So they've closed the gap to Grimmy, but still, the Ferrari man is the one to beat. 121.66, the benchmark. Now, I think we've got Snickers Butter. Oh, he's back to the pits, so nothing to see here. Let's give Drow a run in the number 71 Haas car. He's coming round. He's got a couple of corners to go before he starts a hot lap. 124.6 he currently sits on. What can he post? Seemed to get a pretty quick exit out of the last corner. Oh, that Haas didn't quite want to turn in how he asked, or maybe rather he turned in too early and just had to get out of it a little bit. Pretty wide through 3, but as we've seen from some of the other guys, you can just give it a squirt of throttle, flick it off the curb to line up 4. Turn 6 looks pretty smooth, pretty clean. Down to 9, let those left-hand wheels go right over the yellow strip of paint on the edge of the circuit. Next up, turn 11 and 12. Did Drow just purple that middle sector? Did I see that right? For his sake, he did. He's going through 13 now. 3 corners to negotiate. Might be playing at a tad conservative now. He's gone a little wide in 15. Not too bad. Gets on the gas. The car steps out. That'll cost him a little bit of speed down the start-finish straight. 24.5. He takes a second and a bit off his time. Goes to the 5th row with a 123.2. Now Jeff. Now he's purpled the middle sector. On the map you can see there. Jeff just needs to set a time. He's 14th, last of the remaining runners. No time to his name. Miller has departed the session also in the AlphaTauri. But it looks like finally Jeff, with just over 3 minutes remaining in the session, is going to get one on the board, and it's good enough for 4th row. 122.9 for the Alpine driver. So a few more heading out for one last run. I get the feeling we're going to see mistakes in this final run. These is one of those tracks, one of those circuits that can just suck you into biting off a bit more than you can chew. Looks like it's going to be Karma having first bite of the cherry. So as Karma gets his lap underway, Nick Simons joins us in the comments. Good evening, Nick. Karma flings that Red Bull. That looked pretty sweet through turn 1. As the Williams jumps out of his way. Hooks up turn 3 pretty nicely. He's certainly on it here, Karma. Interested to see this first sector. It's purple. Not surprising. Just seemed to have that Red Bull hooked up every step of the way. Can he find turn 9? Oh, he can. Gets on the gas. Right out to the wall for 11 and 12. Did he just miss the apex a little bit more than he would have liked on 12? Now the middle sector was his fast sector on the previous hot lap. It appears this time he's going to do it in sector 1. But the big question remains, what does it all add up to? As far as the total lap time goes, I don't think he's going to improve. He does not. It ended up 4/10 adrift. After that, Grimmy will not be improving either. He has invalidated his lap time. Now 10th Sandals. Purple sector 1. Can he go on with it? Down to turn 9. Oh, look at that. Using all of the road. There was rubber touching grass upon entry to 9. Jeff departs. Did he crash? Might have lost it out of turn 12. Car's since been removed anyway. Oh, Saint goes to the top. The Mercedes driver hooks up the best lap of Albert Park so far. What can 10 Sandals do about that one? Down to the start-finish line. He's currently on the 3rd row. Goes to the 2nd. Just misses out by 2/100ths. Pair of 121 fours on the front row. Grimmy's going again. He's got another lap up his sleeve. Does Karma have the same? He's finished. Goes up to 3rd. Just misses out on top spot himself. Grimmy now around the last corner. Very wide on the exit. Just hangs onto it way out there. Doesn't improve. It's going to be a 2nd row start for Grimmy. He was looking good for a while there. Busters without his front wing will move on from him. Banana Cake Pie down the start-finish straight. He'll stay on the 6th row. Currently partnered by Drow, unless he can do something about that on this lap. Cannot. And that'll be all she wrote for qualifying. Good little session that was. The Saint, Karma, Aussie with 4 different constructors on the first 2 rows. That's what we like to see. I seeing? I'm not sure why we're still going round if we're all... Now, the Saint gets it on pole. As results on screen. While you absorb those, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back on the other side of this. Please don't go anywhere. An exciting edition of the PlayStation Pacific Open Tier 1 Championship. We'll be right on the other side of this. Race time as the field stream around on the warm-up lap now. Seeing a few disqualified cars there, really hoping that's an error. Really hoping that's just a glitch and they will be joining the race. Don't want to lose those three guys right at the start. That would be a shame. Gavin Arnold letting us know that might not be an error, is it? Please tell me they're going to start. I don't want to lose three cars already at the start. That'd be terrible. Either way, whatever we get, whether it's 16 or 13, this is the PlayStation Pacific Open Series Tier 1 race from Albert Park in Australia. Look at that view. We're already into turn 2. Lights out, and we're off to turn 1. Here they go. As I said, 4 different constructors in the top 4, but who's going to be first into the first corner? PRL Saint holds his pole position. Karma getting forced a little bit wide there, and he's going to have to deal with Buster early on in the piece. He's got a few cars harassing him already. There's an Alfa Romeo on the outside. Goes up the inside, does Buster. Can't get past Tent Sandals as the rest of the field comes piling through. One's gone round. He's gathered it up. It's the Breadman Meakin. He's lost part of his front wing, but he'll keep going. Now Grimmy, the winner at the start. He's gone up 2 positions from 4th to 2nd. As he begins to run down to turn 9, looking for a piece. The PRL Saint up there. Tent Sandals still got the field queuing up behind him. Buster's got PRL Aussie all over his gearbox. As it stands, they're all going to get through the first lap relatively unscathed, are they? Breadman Meakin's already lost a piece of his car. Turn 12 certainly knows how to claim a victim or two. Here's Deputy Dilldog side by side with Banana Cake Pie. He's going to take him into 13. Grabs the spot. Moves up. So we'll bring up the position changes there on screen. You can see Rip the Beans in the Mercedes, the big winner at the start. He's gone up from 14th to 11th. And Breadman Meakin, the one losing out, suffering damage on his front wing, which you would assume he'll have to pit to get fixed. Here he comes now, the Haas driver, but he's following in Prezzo and Miller. Look at those two nose to tail coming into the box. What are those two up to? Mediums currently for Miller. Mediums also for Prezzo. Did they have a little bit of a nudge together? Both had damage repairs required. Miller's taken on the softs. Prezzo's opted for another set of mediums as they get going again. I mean, nose to tail into turn 1 coming out of the pits. These two. Ooh, Miller crossed the white line and got himself a penalty. They both did it. Ay. Straight away, that's a 5-second penalty for each. They just got a bit too keen in their race down to turn 1. Forgot about the rule where you can't cross the white line upon the exit of the pits. And that's going to cost them dearly, an extra 5 seconds onto what was already a brace of lengthy pit stops for the pair. Back up front, PRL Saint. Grimmy still right behind him. Karma's now closed in on the lead too, making it a 3-way battle for the lead. Tent Sandals unable to hang on to that group at the moment. He had his hands full before. Where'd Buster go? Buster's had a moment, I think. And just as we saw in quali, the Aston Martin now sans front wing. Oh dear, not Buster's day. Prezzo's gone out as well. Prezzo's gone out. We got a virtual safety car as a result. There's the Alpine. He's come a cropper coming out of turn 12. And in the meanwhile, Buster picks up a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. I'd say he's coming into the pits to retire. Does just that. Virtual safety car remains in place. So PRL Saint leads. We'll take stock. We're on lap 3. So we avoided a full safety car. Karma dropped right off the back there. I don't know how he's lost out so much there. We're still full course. Well, it says full course. Okay, he's backed off now as PRL Saint. Sometimes those virtual safety car displays stay out when the field's gone back to racing. And here we go. Back into it. DRS enabled also. You see the gap visually. Karma's dropped right off the back of those two. Grimmy grabs DRS and closes in a little bit more on PRL Saint. As we begin. Oh, who's come a cropper at the back there? Banana Cake Pie's gone off at turn 15. Gets going once more. Does he have damage? I would assume not, or he would have taken that opportunity to come straight back in the pits. He goes past Drow. who's in again for another front wing. They'll be running out of parts there at Haas. Miller, 13th with his now penalty tally up to 8 seconds worth. I'll just put down further down and look at the battle for 7th, led by My Name is Jeff. He's got Deputy Dilldog, Rip the Beans there in the orange McLaren. Oh, and the Beans has come a cropper big time out of 10. Rip the Beans, rip the throttle. Just gave it too much on the loud pedal and into the fence. He's going to have half a lap to do to come round and get himself a new front wing. Good news is he'll keep going. All he'll want to do is stay on the lead lap. Always a good chance. Look at that. Look at the gas skating with understeer severely without that front wing to hold the front of the car onto the tarmac. PRL Saint still out in front where he started. Grimmy, as we said, up from 4th to 2nd. Oh, and Grimmy went so deep on the brakes into turn 3. He was nowhere in the picture, and then suddenly he was looking to mount the back of that Mercedes. Just missed him. Oh, we got another yellow flag. Oh, it's Rip the Beans. He come in. He's give it away. He said, that'll do me. He's come into the pits. Miller's doing the same. I don't know if he drove in there or spun in there. Not, well, he's just fair pranged it in pit lane entry. Thankfully not causing a safety car there. PRL Saint in front from Grimmy. Karma still unable to keep up with that battle. Grimmy getting really close now. He'll be looking to line up a move down the start-finish straight with the assistance of DRS. DRS detection zone. Back there before turn 14. As we see the rear wing open on the Ferrari as he closes in. Will he get close enough? I'd say not. It's not much of a braking zone there into 1. But oh, and PRL Saints lost it. He's avoided the fence. Miracle. Keeps it out of the barrier. Keeps going. Will he hang on to 2nd place? The Red Bull's right behind him. Latches onto the back of the Mercedes. That was incredible that he did not find the fence. Someone who might have, though, is... Oh, it's not Dre... Why have we got a... Have we got the safety car out? It's that white dot on the far side of the field there after turn 12. Grimmy from Saint. What is that white dot there? Grimmy might give us a look here. It was the Breadman Meekin. Okay, he's DNF, so he's gone. We avoid the safety car again, though. Here goes Karma up the inside of PRL Saint. Takes the spot into 13. Goes a little bit wide. PRL Saint might come back at him into 14. Misses out, though. And drops another spot. That's a shame for the Saint. Won't be done with it yet, though. Down the start-finish straight now. Tense Sandals joins in the battle. Here goes the Saint. Is he going to make the move? Decides against it. He's going to just keep his powder dry for now and then line it up going into turn 3. Here he goes up the inside. He's got to watch out for Tense Sandals, rather, on the outside. Into 3. Side by side, the Alfa Romeo sticks it out there. Back up the inside for 4. Oh, the Mercedes isn't going to let it go that easy. He's going to go side by side with him through 5. That's dangerous, but they get away with it. Saint probably making the wise move to pull out of it there. Went across the grass. Not the worst idea if it means avoiding an accident. As we see PRL as Aussie drop back with Keycon just behind him there. My Name is Jeff and Deputy Dilldog not far away either. Well, the Saint now gets a 3-second time penalty just to rub a bit of Vegemite into the wound. not going to plan for the Mercedes driver. One man it is going to plan for is Grimmy in the Ferrari. Now, we need to mention, we haven't touched on this yet, but the championship leader, Will, normally in the other Ferrari, not present today. Now, we've got this round and 3 more subsequent rounds after this. We've got Imola not next week, rather in a couple of weeks, as we see Kekon go past PRL Aussie for 5th. We've got Imola, then Mexico, and then the finale in Abu Dhabi. Remember, 30 points up for grabs per race win. And Will currently out in front. He's got a 72-point lead over Grimmy, but won't be taking home a single point today. Good opportunity for the likes of Grimmy in second. Karma's in third, 81 points adrift. Scotty not present tonight either. He's fourth, 91 adrift. So big opportunity for the two at the front to close in, keep the championship alive. Will's been the man to beat all season, and he's been quite fast. No question about it. But even the best suffer the odd DNF. He's absent this week. Could be a DNF next week. That could be a 60-point turnaround for one of the guys behind. Anything could happen. But it's still early days in this race. We're only on lap 8 of 29. Plenty more to come yet. Grimmy takes us down the start-finish straight. We'll begin lap 9. Just want to give a little shout out to the guys from Punt Hub who might be watching on this evening. Hello to all of you out there. If you haven't checked it out, take a look at the Punt Hub Facebook group page. Great little punting group. Plenty of advice, tips, help, and just an overall good time for those of you who enjoy a bit of a punt on the horses, the sports, or two flies crawling up the wall. Gamble responsibly. Grimmy still out in front there in the Ferrari, ahead of Karma in second. Can Karma catch him? He's got to watch out now for Tent Sandals behind, who's slowly closing in as they approach turn 9. Tent Sandals was second last week in Saudi Arabia. That was his best result of the season so far. Can he go one better? Snatch a win today? Anything could happen. Still with 20-odd laps to go. He's got DRS now. Tent Sandals won't get close enough for a move here into 13. But it'll certainly put him within striking distance as they make their way down the start-finish line, or further still, from between turns 2 and 3. So that's, yes, the 3 DRS zones. Actually, Karma's going to put paid to that battle by coming in for a pit stop. He's decided his soft tyres have had enough. Let's watch the pit stop. So PRL Aussie picks up another time penalty, or his first, but another for the race. They were getting dished out like birthday presents there for a while. Things have settled down a little bit, but we are less runners now. We're down to 11 already. Guys dropping like flies. These 3 here in the midfield, though, are PRL Aussie. My name is Jeff, who we're looking at. Trying to track down Kekon at the front of the queue there. He's moved up to 4th. We'll take a look at the Williams driver. Here he is. That white-nosed Williams getting... He's going to come into the pits. Actually, all 3 are going to train their way into the pits. This could be quite the little battle. Kekon from PRL Aussie from My Name is Jeff. How's the start? It's action stations in the pits. Look at the pit crews running out of their respective garages, waiting to service each of the team's cars. Jeff serves his penalty there. Out comes Keekon. He'll be in front from Jeff. And PRL Aussie, he's lost out to Snickers Bud there in 8th. Look at the nose, tucked right under the rear wing. And they'll get going once more. Watch the white line, fellas. Don't make that mistake. They do not. Oh, straight over the curb goes Snickers Bud. Now, PRL Aussie on the gas. Rear wing open. DRS. Here he goes into turn 3. Does not go on with it. Decides he'll live to fight another day. Oh, gets a little wide there through 5 as we look down through the trees of Albert Park into 6 now. Finds the exit. Snickers Bud doing what he needs to hold on to that 9th position for now. There's the pit stop situation. All have come in, bar Banana Cake Pie in 5th, and the now current race leader, PRL Saint, back in front, but yet to stop. He took on, well, he's still on the softs he started with at the beginning of the race. And we've got a virtual safety car. Who's had a moment that's caused that? It's not Karma, is it? No. It's PRL Aussie. And it's turn 12 that's caught him out. We're down to 10 drivers. It's easy points up for grabs today. He's finished 10th. That'll be 6 in the bag. Points paying positions in the Race Spec Championship, paying all the way down to 15th. So the Red Bull departs. Virtual safety car. I'm surprised with all the incidents we've had. If you had told me we were going to have this many incidents this early on, I would have thought for sure we'd have a full-blown safety car, but we've managed to avoid it so far. PRL Saint will be hoping the virtual safety car stays out until he gets right round to the pits. Might get a cheap pit stop out of this and put him right back in the race. Coming round turn 13 now, the rest of the field's coming through the danger zone, but the virtual safety car's done and dusted. Keekon gets a penalty. He went a little bit too soon. Does PRL Saint come in anyway? He does. Into the pit lane comes the Mercedes. Slows it down to the regulated 60 kilometres per hour. Best position, best finish this season so far. Has only been a 4th, hasn't made the podium yet. He's only had the 9 starts, so he's serving his penalty. That's why he's come into the pits. He's knocked that penalty off. And it's going to drop him to 4th behind 10th Sandals, and he's going to have to probably pit again the very next lap to get rid of those well-worn soft tyres. The red marked Pirellis on the car, the rest with the yellow walled mediums. We'll go back and check out Jeff because he's harassing the McLaren of Deputy Dilldog for 6th place. Hello to a few more of the characters in the comments. We're joined by, well, Mighty Wombat was there earlier in qualifying, Broke Vegan and Warty09. Welcome to the broadcast, Crasscast. Great to have your company wherever you're tuning in from on this Sunday evening as we're doing lap after lap of the Albert Park circuit, getting the adrenaline pumping ahead of the return of the actual Australian Grand Prix next week. Absent, no race there since 2019. How good will it be to have the Australian Grand Prix back, whether you're at the event or just watching it at home? As Karma sets the fastest lap now on lap 13 with a 1:24.2, I think that. Whoa! And the Alpine goes round. Absolute tank slapper and a half on the main straight. Gives the crowd quite a show there. Keeps it out of either wall. Oh, 10 out of 10 routine from the Alpine. And gets going once more. Wardy, can we bet on this? Yeah, mate, if you've got a friend or a relo that wants to have a bet with you, by all means. Unfortunately, not online, though. As we see, maybe we'd take a bet on if Jeff's undies went from white to brown after that moment on the start-finish straight. That was quite the recovery. Back out front. So Grimmy in the Ferrari. 2 seconds ahead. As I said, in the absence of his teammate, but doing sort of what his teammate's done so well this year, just controlling the race from out front, probably looking after those tyres as best he can. Karma's there in second, the Red Bull. Just stalking from a distance. He's managed to shrug off Tent Sandals for now, so Tent won't get the benefit of the DRS. As I say all that, Grimmy goes fastest with a 1:24.6 on lap 14. Responds to Karma's fastest lap on lap 13. Still plenty of time to go. Just gone over half distance now. 29 laps, half distance of the real 58 lap Australian Grand Prix. Karma popping in. Another hot lap now as these medium tyres start to come into their own. So the rest of the field pretty spread out now. This is where all the action will be at the front. Does Karma go on a charge now? Doesn't want to wipe out those tyres too much too early. Banana Cake Pie doing well there in fourth. He started on the mediums. He's taken them the full 14 laps at the moment. Actually, did he start on the mid? No, he didn't. Oh, he hasn't pitted yet. Let's just check that out. No, Banana Cake Pie in fourth, the only one yet to have a pit stop. As we check out our leader, Grimmy, that gap back to Karma now down by half a second to 1.5. Karma might be joining him up front soon, saying, get out of my way. I think Grimmy will have something to say about that. Well, maybe not. You know, this could be the one race. Like I said, these two have the most to gain out of Will's absence from this event. As I said, Grimmy 72 adrift of the championship leader. Karma 81. There's 30 points up for grabs for the winner, but still a good haul of 23 for second place. Help them close that gap with 3 races remaining in the championship after this one. But it's also another chance for a race win this season. Grimmy and Karma, both only 1 win each to their name. Still managing to be in championship contention thanks to their consistency throughout the year. Grimmy got his 1 win in Singapore. He's had 6 podiums all up, the Ferrari driver. And that's gotten him up to second in the championship. This man, Karma, well, his 1 win came in the USA and he's had 5 podiums for the year. 4th last week along with the fastest lap, which gives you an extra point as well. So they've been on quite the similar paths throughout the season so far. Very consistent, very similar in their energy and output. And speaking of output, Karma has now got that gap down to 1.2 seconds. Will he be within DRS striking range by the time they get round to the start-finish straight? Through 11 and 12 nice and smoothly. One man will be hoping they start to get tangling with each other. Geez, that was aggressive use of the curbs in turn 13. That might have been a warning potentially. One man will be hoping Karma and Grimmy start getting it on. Will be 10 Sandals back there in third, looking to close the gap. He's 2 seconds adrift of Karma. Buster joining us in the comments now, having departed in the Aston Martin. Now Grimmy did keep that gap outside of 1 second. For those of you new to this, playing along at home, if you get to within 1 second of the car in front when you go through the DRS Activation Zone, which is marked on the circuit map there by those rings on the 3 different parts of the circuit. If you're within 1 second of the car in front, you'll get DRS, which allows you to open that rear wing, creating less drag down the straights, more top-end speed to help you catch the car in front. DRS only available during those green marked sections on the circuit map, just after each DRS activation point. So the gap again, 1.1 seconds. Oh, it's within a second now, but it's after the DRS activations, detection zone, I should say. So no DRS this time. If he can stay within 1 second coming out of this corner, and I think he's going to, it's close. 0.96. So, and just as this battle for the lead hots up, we got Will joining us in the comments. Shout out to our championship leader. Look how wide Karma goes as he looks to get as close as he possibly can. Rear wing open. DRS will help him close in a little bit closer to turn 1. Probably not as close as he would have liked. He'll get DRS one more time as they march up to turn 3. Did he get it one more time? We've just seen Deputy Dilldog move up to 4th as Banana Cake Pie finally comes in for his first pit stop at the end of lap 17, serving a penalty there. Was it? Might have been. Out he goes. I think we just froze. Out of the pits he comes. New set of softs, which will be his only stop of the day. He'll try and get those to the end of the race. Jeff's gone round again. Playing the role of carousel today, but managing to... Oh, hang on, I was going to say managing to avoid damage, but I might have been premature on that call. I think the front left end plate, hard to see on that black-winged Alpine, but yeah, front left, front wing end plate, Gonskis. Here's Karma closing right in now on the Ferrari. This is about to get a little bit punchy between... Oh, he got a bit out of shape there, lining it up. He got well out of shape. That cost him about 3 or 4 tenths. Well and truly. And as we said, 10 Sandals closing in. Ever closer in the background. So rear wing open for the Red Bull. He's not going to be able to do anything from back there by the time they get down to turn 3. This is a race. This is a genuine race for the lead. I don't suspect this lot will be pitting again before the end of the race. This is on right till the end. No battery power left on that Ferrari. As you can see in the bottom left of screen there, 17%. Karma's got a little bit up his sleeve. Checking the Snickers Bud there. What's he? He's gone past Jeff, who's coming to get that damage repaired as we expected. Can he get past Jeff? No sweat. Goes past the Alpine. Moves up to 9th. The Haas driver. To check what Drow's best finish has been this year. See if we can find that one out. Need a stats man in here to help me with that sort of stuff. There we are, Drow's best finish of the season, 11. Can't do worse than 10th. How good for the Haas driver. Here goes Karma closing in on the Ferrari, just pokes his nose out to let him know, here I come, I'm going to try and take first spot away from you. But he can't get close enough. Down to turn 3, oh, he's as close as he's ever been. He's just going to play the waiting game. Through 5. This is it. These two, they can both smell a victory, but at the same time, they just want to get the most points they possibly can and close in on Will. Racing today. Back there now, not surprisingly, Banana Cake on the lower fuel and the fresh set of soft tyres. Sets the fastest lap on lap 20. Here's the view we need when they get close to each other. If we could stick with this view for a couple of laps, Mr. Director, that would be lovely. Ferrari getting a little bit wide out of 13. Karma really closes in. This is where he needs to stick close. Oh, he's really close through 15. There's only a car length between them now as they come onto the main straight. Oh, and the Red Bull's off. He's pranked. He's gone. No points. That could be his championship done and dusted right there. Smashes nose first into the fence. It was all too much. And his day is done and dusted. Oh, that's a shame. What a battle that was turning out to be. And in the end, it's resulted in a safety car. Grimmy can breathe a bit easier. Maybe only for a little while. 10 Sandals now moves up into second. And he'll be taking that spot off Karma. And now he can smell a race victory. As I said, 10 Sandals last week finished with his best result. Second in Saudi Arabia. Only the 2 podiums for this season. Suddenly he's eyeing off his first victory, potentially. How long will the safety car stay out on circuit? Oh, well, unbelievable. Absolute scenes at Albert Park. You sort of expect it when you come here for a race on this game. Oh, that's a big shame. It won't be his championship done and dusted. He'll still, but you got to say it's only a mathematical chance from here. Now we're getting word in from our man in the pits that Grimmy's going to come in and grab a pair of softs. Is he? He is. Okay. PRL Saints now got a penalty and 10 Sandals joins him as well. I think he just might have made up a nice bit of ground there too. Oh, it won't matter under safety car. I'm talking through the wrong hole. Now a set of softs goes on. They had the gap to do it. 10 Sandals had to follow. I guess, look, 10 Sandals was going to pit regardless anyway. Now, what do these guys do? Deputy Dill Dog is 4th. Oh, we'll check the tyre situation. Oh, they've already done it. So they've already been in for their softs. Banana Cake Pies will be 3 laps older. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that's going to put him at a bit of a disadvantage at the end. I don't think this safety car's dropped well for him at all. We'll take stock. Grimmy in first. 10 Sandals leading the Alfa Romeo pair. His teammate Banana Cake Pie in third. Deputy Dilldog 4th. PRL Saint 5th. Keycon. Snickers Bud. My name is Jeff. He needed that help. And Drow in his season best 9th so far. Looking to rejoin the pack. Alrighty, so the safety car has been told to come in. We're going to get 5 racing laps to the end, barring any further incidents. Tense Sandals, does he have the outright pace to get Grimmy? That's a good restart. Oh no, it's not. What's he done? Oh, he's gotten out of it. This is interesting tactics. I think Banana Cake Pie, did he jump the gun? Here they go now. Down to the first corner. He's going to get away with it, Grimmy. Puts Tense Sandals at a funny line, but he's going to try and do something about it up to turn 3. Closing right in. The whole field gets through. Not much of a field left, that is. Look how close they are. The Alfa Romeo. Does Tense Sandals do something sooner rather than later? Try and get his way past that Ferrari at the front of the pack. Banana Cake Pie right there. Remember, the whole field on soft tyres. Banana Cake Pies, however, 3 laps older at least compared to the rest of the field. Doesn't sound a lot. There's only probably a good 10 or 11 laps in those red-walled Pirellis. He might be suffering towards the conclusion of the Australian Grand Prix. It's round 12 of the PlayStation Pacific Open Series you're tuned into, and things are just hotting up. If Tense Sandals can stick with Grimmy, needs to hang on there for a couple of laps before DRS becomes available once more. As the rest of the field files in, I think Snickers Bud doing his best to try and keep Drowl off his case there. Drowl's not content with a season best 9th. He wants 8th, and he's coming to get it. Grimmy now out of the last corner from Tense Sandals, starting to open up a little bit of a gap. Sets the fastest lap immediately. There's a swap in positions further back. Trying to see what that was. Might have been Keycon getting... No, I don't think. Might have got through on My Name Was Jeff. Didn't quite see what was going on at the back. As we watched the PRL Saints come into the pits. So that's what all the position changing was about. He's popped in, looks like maybe to serve a penalty. Drowl up to 8th, the Haas driver. Feeling great about that position now. Hopefully he can hang in there and hang on to it. Oh, Snickers Bud's gone wide. Can Drowl get a run on him? That McLaren looking like an absolute handful at the moment. A hell of a time with it, up to 4th, and the other McLaren who's lining up Banana Cake Pie into 13. The Alfa Romeo driver doesn't move to defend, doesn't need to. Hangs on pretty well. 3.5 laps to go of the Australian Grand Prix. Grimmy still out in front. DRS now enabled, and he's just 2/10 on the safe side of that. Tense Sandals are going to have to push like mad to try and get within 1 second of that car in front. Can he do it? He's pushing like crazy. Now it'll be interesting. He's just saving up a little bit more battery compared to the Ferrari of It's Grimmy, formerly known as the Grim Reaper. This could be interesting. Banana Cake Pie still under all sorts of pressure from behind. Deputy Dilldog in the McLaren, harassing the number 42 Alfa Romeo. He wants that podium position. And he wants it now. Now here goes Tense Sandals, engages the battery, gets that gap to less than a second now as they pass through the DRS detection zone. Could this be a perfectly timed use of the battery? He's not going to pass now, but he'll get close enough to stay within DRS striking range for the next detection zone, which is now. So he'll pick that up down the start-finish straight. And then it hopefully, for his sake, that'll help him close up to potentially make a move down to turn 3. Didn't get the fastest run through the final 2 corners though. Sets the fastest lap as a result. No surprises there with that use of the battery and DRS. And this is where he wants to try and get close as he possibly can. The gap of half a second. Won't get close enough this time around, but it all helps him get close enough. Look at Grimmy still absolutely using up that battery. PRL Saints set the fastest lap back down there in clean air at 9th. Grimmy, no battery to speak of. Tense Sandals, his battery half full. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be at the finish? Deputy Dilldog has successfully moved up into that podium position while we were watching the two out front. The McLaren driver goes to the front. Oh, it's not the front, goes to the podium positions. 6th last week. He's only had the one podium this year, 3rd in the USA. He's looking to equal that one now if he can hang on to that spot. Here goes Grimmy and Tense Sandals. We've only got 1 and a bit laps to go. Who's it gonna be? This is as close as you like. No battery left to speak of really in that Ferrari. Tense Sandals eyeing off a potential first win of the season as he gets ever close down the start-finish straight into the first corner. Is this his chance? It's on the last lap. This could be the last opportunity for the Alfa Romeo driver. Goes past the Ferrari. They're side by side into turn 3. Look at this. Fantastic. Oh, the Alfa Romeo gets well out of shape. Can't stick it with the Ferrari. But it's not going to be over yet. Will he have something to say about it in the next DRS section between turns 12 and 13? He's got to try and stick with that Ferrari as close as possible. The gap out to 4/10. Trying in vain to stick with that Ferrari. They go through 9 and 10. He's engaged the battery now. There's nothing left in the battery of that Ferrari. Here comes the Alfa Romeo once more. Through turn 11, through turn 12. Deputy Dilldog back there still looking good for that podium position. Can Tense Sandals get close enough? He thinks about a move. Oh, he couldn't quite do it. Couldn't quite get close enough. He's going to have one last possible chance down the start-finish straight. Can the Alfa Romeo get close enough? Grimmy looks to have done all he needs to snatch the win in the Australian Grand Prix and close that gap in the championship battle. Oh, but full credit to Tense Sandals. Here comes Deputy Dilldog claiming his podium position, and a great race from Banana Cake Pie in 4th. Went the alternate strategy. Snickers Butt in 5th. Kekon 6th. And Trowell grabbed 7th off Jeff at the end for a season best finish. Great result for the Haas driver. Might be a late nomination for driver of the day, but it goes to Banana Cake Pie, who got 4th spot. Boy, oh boy, what a race. What a finish. Right till the last corner. Oh, if every race could be like that. Grimmy hangs on. 30 points. Might have been 30 points. I think the Saint took the fastest lap towards the end. Grimmy running on no battery. And just like that, the lead in the championship for Will down to 42 points with 3 races remaining. Unfortunately, Karma in 3rd, as we mentioned earlier, succumbing to the pressure of the big chase. Couldn't finish the race, and his championship all but done. So he finds himself now 81 points adrift with only a possible 90 left on the table. There's your results on screen. Grimmy in the Ferrari from the Alpha, and McLaren of Tense Sandals and Deputy Dilldog respectively. Banana Cake Pie driver of the day started 11th, finished 4th on the alternate strategy, even though that safety car didn't quite fall too well for him. Only lost that one spot, I think, if I'm correct. Snickers Bud 5th, Kekon, and the big Drow notable 12th up to 7th. Did very well. Oh, I wish we could go round again once more. That's all we got time for from the Australian Grand Prix and from the PlayStation Pacific Open Series Round 12 from Australia. It's going to be a few weeks before we see you at the next round in Imola. Until then, enjoy the return of the actual Australian Grand Prix. I'm Mike Wilson. It's been fantastic to be at your place or wherever you've tuned in from. Until next time, it's bye for now.